So let me just get started, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, first of all, my name is Fausto Pugliese, president founder of Cybertrain University, and I'm going to teach you today, guys, how to beat the smart money at their own game. Now, I know there's a lot of traders in here, that forex traders, futures, stock traders, swing traders, options traders. Don't know idea what kind of trader you are, but hopefully with all these presenters today, you guys are going to get a little bit of a taste of what our expertise is. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing this for 25 years. You got to learn from good traders, and great traders never stop learning. And that's why Traders Talk Live is hosting this event. So you should be very thankful to being here and making this possible. Now, once again, a lot of this is going to be recorded. I know some people are going to start veering off, and but listen, the key is this: you need some questions to be answered. Okay, and you got to ask the professionals, guys like us that deal with this all day long. So I'm going to show you a couple of things and strategies, exactly what we do, why we've been around, and how we're going to all make money together. So anyway, just really quick, little intro about who is Cybertrain University and why am I listening to this guy. Okay, well, just to let you know, I was a prop trader for over 5 years. I was one of the market makers that traded when it first, back in the early 90s. So I was one of the original SOS bandits that started trading back in 1995. There was about 600 of us. Now there's over 25 million, I think they say. So you could look at me. I'm not that old. You could see when I started, I was 22. I'm actually 47 now. But I've been doing it ever since. I've been through every single crash. And some people ask me, they says, wow, you're still in the game? And I'm like, well, when you're a good trader, you know how to benefit from that. Catastrophes and, and the successful markets. Now, why am I here? A lot of people always ask, Fausto, if you're a great trader, why do you teach? Well, let me tell you something. This is why I teach. I was a big failure rate when I started, and I failed because I was self-taught, like 99% of the people in this world. They don't want to be self-taught. Well, then they realize that, what am I doing wrong, and why did I lose money on this position? So I took a job on Wall Street for an actual prop trading firm, and I didn't want to do it for the same reason why I think people don't spend money on education, because they don't want to spend money. So I didn't want to, and back then I didn't want to split the profits, and I just like waking up in my pajamas, getting up and just walking out of my bed and see what's going on in the morning. But unfortunately, it's not that simple. Well, let me tell you what you're about to learn today. What I learned on the first day in the job, I should have never, ever made my first trade. I'm going to teach you what level 3 is. I'm going to teach you how high frequency trading. I'm going to teach you how to read charts simple. I can't teach you how to trade in an hour. All I could do is prove to you that you've been trading blind this whole time, and you know what? You better learn and do it the right way, or don't do it at all. Now, how I started, ladies and gentlemen, how I got into the education business is that eventually I want to do what you guys want to do. I wanted to just keep the profit for myself. But my mentors always taught me, and they says, Fausto, the only way you're going to succeed is you got to surround yourself with traders that trade like you. So that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to go out there, teach you guys a little bit about trading with the philosophy of how market makers trade, and then invite you all to come to the original trading room, and trade today's markets, and show you, see if people make money, and how they do it. Now, what we're going to talk about is time and sales. We're going to talk about why indicators are not completely necessary for certain markets, depending what you trade. I'm going to explain to you what level 3 is and why you need to follow the smart money when it comes to trading. Okay. Now, what we're going to see is basically trading 101. Now, this is my wonderful family. I always like to introduce my family because I've been married for over 20 years. My lovely wife, Debbie, she gave me 3 wonderful sons. And the reason why I like to show you this picture is that my parents were immigrants from Italy. And when they came over here, they worked very, very hard. They never got anything. They came here with nothing. And, and my dad always taught me, he says, son, try to find a job that pays you a lot of money that you can spend more time with your family. And, realistically, there really is no job out there that gives you the freedom to be your own boss that pays you this salary. So, instead of going out there and working like a dog in the winters and the cold, I said, what is a little more convenient? And being here in New York, this is what people do. They trade. They were trading the market. And let me tell you, I go to probably about 4 or 5 vacations a year with my family. I spend as much time as I can because trading is not a full-time job. And that's what you need to understand. Now, question to everyone here, so I get to know a little bit about everyone else. Now that you know a little bit about my history and my family and stuff, could everyone just tell me what kind of trader you are? Are you a stock trader? Are you a day trader, a swing trader, a forex trader? Just like to get to know what kind of trader everyone is, so I know exactly what is the audience out there, so we know where to go with this. Okay, we've got a couple of futures traders. All right, futures, oil. Okay, a scalper. Okay, E-minis, futures. Okay, forex, futures. Okay, a bunch of futures traders. No stock traders, day traders. Okay, so listen, being a trader, obviously you guys know that there are certain markets are more volatile than others, okay? And you got to realistically learn, you got to be good at one. Now, just because you do one doesn't mean you can't trade another. Sometimes you realize that, listen, it's because the thing is this. If you learn how to trade and you're not making money within 2 or 3 months, you're obviously wasting your time. I mean, listen, imagine going on a job. You finally took a job, right? You took this job. You worked so hard to get this job. You're on the job for about 2, 3 months and you're not going anywhere. You don't get it. Okay. Well, obviously that's not the right fit for you. Okay. As long as you did it right, obviously. So it's good to know a little bit about everything. So I'm going to let you know what kind of trader I am. I'm actually a day trader. Okay. What is a day trader? A day trader gets in and out the same day. We just make our day's pay and that's it. We work at the most volatile times of the market, the first hour of the open and the last hour of the close, and we're done. That's it. Sometimes I don't even work the afternoon. I'll just trade the morning, and that's about it. That's what day trading. A lot of people like the concept of day trading, but no one ever really realized what it was all about, especially back in 2000 when a lot of people were not technically day trading. It was swing trading, and that's why a lot of people lost money back in 2000. So day trading, I mean, got a bad name, and I know a lot of people like, oh, you're a day trader, you're gonna lose all your money. I'm like, really? And I'm like, well, how did you lose all your money? And they never want to tell you, oh, I had a position, I lost like 30 points on it. I'm like, how do you lose 30 points in one day? Oh, it probably was one of these stocks that we're looking up right here. It goes from 17 down to 15. So day trading, just to let you know, and why people like it, it's basically you're in and out the same day. You make your day's pay. Now, let's get back. And because at the end of the day, why are you here? To make money. That's it. You're just here to make money. It doesn't matter. Traders don't care what we trade. It's like some of you saying, oh, I trade oil. I trade a certain currency. You think I care why you traded that stock, oil? Why you traded that future? Why you trade that pork bellies? You doing it because not that you like it. You do it because you want to make money. Now, let me talk about before we get into the strategy behind Cybertrain University and how to trade and follow volatile markets. I want to kind of just cover this really quick because this applies to all traders in this room right now. 50% of traders fail on what I'm about to talk right now. Okay, 50%. That's a lot. Think about half of you guys are going to lose money by making this one mistake, no matter what kind of trader you are, futures, forex, and options. And the reason is they get involved with the wrong brokerage account. Okay. Now, if you have a mentor, okay, and if I was able to mentor you, I would tell you exactly 1 or 2 brokerage firms that are really good at what we do. Okay. Because you don't want to go out there and open an account because, oh, but Fidelity gave me 200 free trades, or, oh, E-Trade gave me a $600 a gift card, or this company gave me free, software. Guys, let me explain something to you. There's no free lunches in trading, okay? The reason why I never got into working for doing things the right way in the beginning, because what I'm about to show you right now, back then cost $2,000 a month. That's about paying $5,000 for data every month. Today, it's only $15, okay? And the thing is this, if you're looking for free stuff, if you're looking to get, because they got a really good commercial on the Super Bowl, or whatever it may be, you're in the wrong business. You cannot make money trading, having the wrong brokerage account. So, and by the way, and Mark, and listen, guys, I'm not here to sell brokerage services. I don't work for them. I don't get paid by them. We're brokerage firm neutral, which is good for you. Okay. All I care about for my students is that if you're a student of mine, you're going to get the red carpet treatment for certain brokerage firms, that are going to do the right thing by you other than sitting on hold for 30 minutes. And let me tell you something. I have about 7 to 10 brokerage accounts. Okay. People are like, wait a minute, why would you, me personally, have 10 accounts? Because I have a certain brokerage account to do certain things. I have one that deals with my pension, one that deals with the IRA, one deals with my swing trading. One brokerage firm is really good at options trading. One brokerage firm is really good for day trading. You don't mix and match when it comes to trading. Okay. If you're in the, the construction business, okay, if you're in the construction business and you need a truck, okay, but meanwhile you're also running a family, you're not going to use that pickup. You're not going to use that 18-wheeler to take your kids to school, okay? It just doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? Oh, but why would I have to spend money on another car? I got a truck. Okay, let me know how that works for you when you're pulling in the kids' parking lot, all right? And see how your son feels when you're pulling up with an 18-wheeler. Now, the thing is this. To be what I do, you got to have what you see on the right-hand side is direct access brokers. So right off the bat, I don't want to get into detail about direct access brokers and this and that, but when you come in our trading room, you'll see what a direct access system looks like. In other words, basically you have a seat on the exchange. You're driving your own car. When you deal with those other brokers, you're basically dealing with public transportation. That's basically what you're doing. Okay, you're dealing with someone else that's more or less just trading against you. And I don't think that's really what you guys want to do. All right. So just really quick, just write on a piece of paper. When you get off when you're done with today's event, call your brokerage firm and just ask them a very important question right here. Are you a direct access broker? That's all you need to know. And then if they don't know, then you better change brokerage accounts. All right. And by the way, listen, you guys got my email address. You're more than happy to email me. I'll be always willing to help you out, my staff and everyone else at CTU. But I just hate seeing people lose money, and that's about 50% of the failure rate. Now, let's get right into, let's begin, guys, and let's talk about the Cyber Trading University strategy, okay? Now, the strategy I'm going to be talking about right now is exactly the same. Nothing has changed in strategy other than technology and ticket charges. That's all that's changed. All right. Ticket charges went down and technology got more available for all you everyone out there. So I'm going to teach you exactly how market makers actually trade and what you should be looking at versus what you should not be looking at. Now, what you're about to see, ladies and gentlemen, don't take this the wrong way, but a lot of you are going to be a little disturbed because you're going to realize you've been trading blind for a long, long time. So let's start off with some stocks that we looked at today and we traded here at Cyber Trading University. Did anyone see the stock Solo this week? SOLO. Did anybody trade the stock or saw it at all? Solo. What the hell is Solo? Is that part of the Star Wars movie? Solo. What the hell is that? Anyone see the stock SOLO? In the morning, it went from $2 all the way to $6. Nope. Wouldn't it be nice? When's the last time you guys were in a stock in one day, go up 400%, 300%? Have you guys ever seen a stock like that or been in one? And by the way, these are not penny stocks, they're not bulletin board stocks. Okay, these are all NASDAQ national stocks. Okay, just because it's cheap doesn't mean that it's a bad company. You can't make money with it. You can make a hell of a lot more money trading this than trading Amazon. I could tell you that. But think about that. $2 to $6 in one day, okay? Now, the question you probably want to know is, forget about finding them. They're pretty easy to find, okay? It's the question is, how do you know they're going up? How do you know where they come from? Who ran these things, okay? And how did CTU find Solo before it made the move? I think that's what people always look. You saw it for 2 days, Jack. You didn't touch it. Well, listen, don't worry about it, Jack, because there's a lot more out there. They're there every single day. Just remember one thing, Jack, and this goes for all of you. Why are you here? To trade solo? No, you're here to make money. Just always keep that in the back of your mind. Okay? When you sit down and you talk to your friends, your family, or your spouse, do you think they care that you traded solo? Oh, guess what, hon? All they care about, did you make money today? Are you happy? Did you find a job that you find? I mean, do you go back and this is a business decision. Do you think you go and ask your spouse and say, hey, do you think it's okay if I trade this stock? Why? What does it do? I don't know. I was trained that it's moving, but I need your permission. Do you think they don't care about that? All they care about is you putting bread on the table, okay? And you're happy. So the thing is this: we're here to make money. So just keep that very clear in your mind, because what I'm about to show you is going to make perfect sense. Now you can see here. How do we find this stock right here? You can see this is my Twitter feed. Solo is up 316%. You could see here it was tweeted early in the morning. And listen, I'm not here to brag. I'm not here to say, okay, what about Fausto? I know you got the winners. What about the losers? What happened with that? We're going to get to that. But I just want to point out to everyone that there's a lot of stocks that are moving in the market, and most of the people are not looking at those. They just want to know what's Facebook doing today and what's Tesla options doing, because they got good options on it. That's not how you make money in trading. The way traders make money is we trade stocks with the least amount of risk with the high amount of reward. Do you ever notice when you go into a trade and you're like, man, this thing is just moving too fast? Or you're like, I don't know if it's going up or that's going down, or because you're trading something that's out of your league. Okay, listen, I played football in high school. Doesn't mean that I'm qualified to go play in the NFL. If I did, I would be doing pretty damn well, but I'm not qualified. I know within my limits. So, but you're not going to trade something if it's not within your limits. Now, the question is this: how did we know that Solo was going up? Or any stock out there? How did we know we found them? Where did they come from? Who ran it up? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how 50%, how 50% of the traders make money and how they lose money, okay? And not having the right tools. That is one of the biggest things. Now, when you look at this image right here, a lot of people get discouraged. They look at this and they're like, a lot of numbers, a lot of windows, it looks confusing. Where's my indicators, this and that? I'm going to talk about all this stuff. But the thing is this: I'm going to teach you something that's called the KISS method. Keep it super simple, all right? Because all these numbers, as important as they are, is not as confusing as people make it to think it is. So the first thing you got to know is not having enough data. Now, does anyone here trading with something called level 3? If you don't know, just give me a no, yes. Have no idea, Fausto, what you're talking about. Has anyone here traded with level 3? Rich says no. Okay. Anyone else? Ben says no. Anyone else? Luke says no. Ray says no. Okay. All right. So everyone's saying, a lot of people saying no. Okay. So let me explain to you what level 3 is. Level 3 is going to tell you where all the orders are on the exchange. All the orders. So let's look at the two. There's 3 different ways of viewing where orders are coming from. Okay. You have level 1, and then you have level 2. Okay. Is anyone here using level 2 quotes? Listen, I don't trade futures. Okay. I only trade stocks, but you're going to hear from a futures trader that's going to come in. I'm not a jack of all trades. Okay. Everyone here, some people have level 2. Okay. How much does level 2 cost? It's free, right? And guess what? That's all it's worth. Why would something be free? How good could it be if it's free, right? So let's talk about the two different levels, and then I'm going to get to level 3. Now, level 1 is basically you get it with, Google, you can get on an app, you watch it on TV. Level 1 is only telling you what is the best bid and best offer. What is the stock trading at? That's basically what it is. It's not telling you who's buying it, who's selling it. It's all it is. It tells you PE ratio, tells you average volume. Looks like it gives you a lot of data, but what does it really tell you other than what is the stock trading at? Now, back in the 90s, level 2 came out, and what level 2 does, it basically gave you a little bit more data. It told you who was the buyer and who was the seller. The problem with level 2, ladies and gentlemen, it does not tell you all the orders out there. It only shows you the best bid and the best offer from that exchange. If it's NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange, Archipelago, EDGX, these are all ECNs. Maybe a brokerage firm. It doesn't show you all the orders. It only shows you the best bid and the best offer. So you're still back at square one. What is it worth to you? Nothing. It does nothing for you. But it just looks nice. You see numbers, you see things moving, you see activity, blinking lights, ching, ching, ching. You know what I mean? No, that doesn't make you money. This is what makes you money. I have a question for everyone here, and it's a very important question. If you can't answer this question, I highly recommend you close your account. My question to you is this: how do stocks go up and down in the market? How do stocks go up and down in the market, everyone? It's a very simple question. That's right. Buyers and sellers, supply and demand. Does everybody agree? Buy and sell, supply and demand. Could everyone just chat that in there? S&D, just to make sure everyone understands where we're at the same page. Beanie Baby, supply and demand. Futures, supply and demand. Buyers and sellers, right? Okay, good. Well, how much is it worth to you if I was to tell you right now that I could show you where 70% of the buyers and sellers are? Think about that. Listen to that question carefully. What is it worth to you right now if I'm able to tell you, I'm going to repeat it again, that you're going to see where 70% of all the buyers and all the sellers, where they are? It's priceless, right? Okay. Well, guess what? What I'm about to show you right now, listen, I know it's a PowerPoint. I'm going to do the best I can, but I'm going to invite all of you guys to come in Monday morning. I'm going to show you how to pre-market trade. I'm going to show you where all the orders are. And you're going to realize that you're like, how am I not using this data? It's like ridiculous. So I'm going to prove this to you all on Monday morning. So I'm sorry, markets closed on Monday, Tuesday morning. Okay. So anyway, here are your buys, here are your sells. Okay. Now, what you're seeing right here is two very important columns: the bid price, which are the buyers, and the amount of shares that are looking to be bought. What time, Richard? We start our trading room at 8 o'clock in the morning. We do a lot of our trading in the pre-market an hour and a half before the rest of the street comes out, where most amateurs get their orders executed at 9:30, and you're going to see how that works. But before we do that, let me just show you how orders get executed and advertised. Whoever wants to buy the stock for the most amount of money, hold on, let me get my crayon so you guys can follow along. Okay, there we go. So whoever wants to buy for the most amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to buy for less money is down at the bottom. Whoever wants to sell the shares of Twitter for the cheapest amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to sell it for more money is down at the bottom. So basically what you're looking at is a negotiated market. Now, how does that help us? Well, let's look at this example right here. I assume everybody knows how to read a chart. Okay, well, let's look right here at a stock called ACB. All right. First of all, who the hell cares what it does? All we want to know is, how does this data help us? Well, what do we look for on a chart? We look for support and resistance levels, right? Just keeping it basic 101. And if you look right here, do you notice that there's like the stock goes down and there's like a little, the stock just, hold on, let me get my pointer right here so you know what I'm pointing at. Okay, so right here, around 750. You see that line right there? You see how the stock literally for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, never went below 750, right? Why did the stock have such a time breaking 750? Why didn't it go to $7? Why 750? Who's out there making this chart constantly bounce off $7.50? I'll tell you who it is. The guy right here that's looking to buy 30,000 shares at 750. Okay? Now listen, there's a buyer of 400 shares at 751. You got buyers, 1,300 at 745, 75 shares. Woo, wow, big whopping 75 shares, 742. But there's a 30,000 share buyer out there. Okay? What is that? Almost $200,000 worth of stock? 30,000. No wonder why the stock never broke 750. Now think about this, guys. Once again, how do stocks go up and down in the market? Supply and demand. What are you looking at right here? A demand. So if the guy's out there looking to buy it at 30,000 shares at 750 and he's not getting executed, well, maybe that would explain how it got to $8. Because the buyer says, you know what? I got to buy this stock for my client. I'm advertising it, so he might just go out there in the offer and start executing all those people that are selling it. And that's how you get a big run up. Now let's look at this example. The stock goes from 760 all the way up. Oh, let me get my crayon. I'm sorry about that, so you can follow along. Goes all the way up to 850. Why did it stop here at 850, guys? Why not 790? Why not 820? Why 850? Okay, and then it goes from 850 all the way down to $8. How many times have you bought a stock and like, damn it, why didn't I get out of it? I had such a nice profit. Do you know 750? If you bought 1,000 shares of the stock at a $7,500 investment, which is not a lot, okay, in less than 45 minutes, you make $1,000. You do that every day. There's your $250,000. But because you got greedy and cocky, because everything else showed it was going higher, now it drops down to $8. Why did it have a tough time breaking it? Well, very simple. Look at the 16,000 share seller that's sitting there at 850. Exactly. Rocky, you catching on quickly, buddy. So think about it. Who could actually prevent a stock from going higher? The 200 share seller at 833, the 600 share seller at 845, or the 16,000 share seller at 850? You see, ladies and gentlemen, Mark's saying, wow. Listen, Mark, and everyone else, you think this is wow? Imagine me blowing up 3 accounts before finally waving the white flag, being like you guys here. I'm like, you know what am I doing wrong? Because I never listened to a real expert or a real guy that trade on the floor. This is what I was taught. And I'm like, well, and then it came down to it. I'm like, well, how did anyone not use this data? How does nobody not allow, not watching level 3? The question is, who trained you? And number 2, who you working with? And most people be like, well, then they go to La La Land and start figuring it out. So now everybody understands the concept of trading, what I'm trying to show you. And by the way, this is like trading 101, okay? I'm not getting too sophisticated here. But now let's have a little beta test right here. Let me test everyone's knowledge. Looking at this chart right here, what do you think this stock is doing? Is it going up or is it going down? What do you think? Very quick. Don't analyze. Don't count candlesticks. Looking at the color. What do you think this stock is doing? Quick analogy of it. Okay, now regarding about spoofing and all that. First of all, spoofing is illegal. Okay, people get fined hundreds of millions of dollars for spoofing. There's nothing, and if you want to know what spoofing is, and you want to think this spoofing, when you come in my trading room, I'll find you a 13,000 share buyer. We'll use your account, and we'll try to execute him and see how much spoofing that really is. Okay. All right. Now, yes, the stock's going down. Exactly, it's going down. All right. There's no in-depth buts. It's going down. Okay. Now, What happens when you have a 22,000 share buyer sitting at 20 bucks? What do you think's going to happen there? When you come down to a buyer, look at that. You got 200 share buyers, 45 shares. You got a guy that's looking to buy 22,000 shares at 20 bucks. In theory, what do you think the stock's going to do? Go up or down? Once again, how do stocks go up? Supply and demand. What do you have on the buy side? That's a demand. In theory, what's supposed to happen there? It's exactly what happened right here. The stock went up. Okay, Ruggiero says, the example still looks like level 2 to me. Market depth, what is the difference of level 3? There is a huge difference. Level 2, listen to me carefully. I explained it earlier, and by the way, this is being recorded, so you get to review it. Level 2 is only showing you the best bid and best offer. It's not showing you all the bids and all the offers. Level 3 gives you 20 to 50 times more data than level 2 does. Once again, do you have level 2? No. You know why you don't have it? Because you wouldn't know if you had it. You would be paying for it. You'd be paying the $15 through the exchanges, through the brokerage firm. What are you paying for level 2? It's free. That's the big difference. Now, getting back to this example, we all thought the stock was going down, right? Well, guess what? We saw the big buyer out there. What did the stock end up doing? It went from $20 all the way to $21.80 in a matter of what? An hour? Could you imagine buying 1,000 shares of that stock, buying it at 20 and selling it almost at 22? What is that, $2,000 profit? What is that, $500,000? Who doesn't want that job? Oh, how did I not know it was going up? Of course I want that job. But do you have the right tools? No. So listen, this is trading, basic trading 101. You follow the money. All right, anyone heard about this? Let me bring up a pot stock, CRON. This was actually a fun stock that we traded. Okay, so let's look at this stock right here, guys. Without using any charts, without using any, seekers and all this fancy stuff, where do you think resistance levels is going to be in this stock, CRON? Where do you guys think? Let's see what you guys come up with. For what we've learned so far, let's test ourselves. Let's test your knowledge. Let's have a little fun. If you don't know the answer, give me a question mark. Listen, no one's going to rat you out. You're here to learn and to earn, not to sit there and, guess. Well, what makes a resistance levels, right? What is a resistance level? Sellers. The number one seller out there is, the guy selling for the cheapest amount of money is at $20.80. He's got 3,000 share order out there. You got 2,000, 6,000. When you work your way down, realistically, the more from what I can see, boom, 66,000 shares selling 21. You're about 20 cents away from testing a seller of 66,000 shares out there. Matthew, that's a great question. I'm not there yet. I didn't get there yet. Okay. Regarding listen, everyone could change their mind, Matthew. You could change your mind. But this 66,000 share order is not one order. These orders are aggregated. That could be about 30 or 50 different people. Okay. I aggregate the orders. All these orders are aggregated. This 3,000 share seller out there, that could be 300 orders. That could be 100 shares of 30 different people. Okay, so they're all aggregated. And the reason why we do that is because then we won't be able to see the depth, the bigger blocks down there. So if you said 20, guess what? You nailed it. Now, when you're looking at this chart right here, what does it look like it's doing? Looks like it's going up to me, right? Looks perfect. Look at that. Looks like, oh yeah, the stock's breaking higher highs, double top, right there. You got your bull flag and everything. Yeah, okay. How did that work out for you when you hit the 66,000 shares? Boom, right down to $20.30. But the chart before it looked like it was going up. Didn't look so good when time went by. And then you're sitting there scratching your head to why did it have a tough time breaking 21? Well, it never went to 21. Why did it never get to 21? Maybe the people underneath them got scared and saw him there before it got to him. Or maybe the guy at 66,000 shares says, you know what? For like what you just said, Matthew, he pulled it. Maybe he didn't pull it. Maybe he just went out there and says, you know what? I'm gonna hit the bid. I'm gonna get out of these shares. And don't you think he could be the one that drove the stock down? Right? He probably, whatever. He could have been booking a profit. Then, I mean, anything. But at the end of the day, is it a short? Is this? It does not matter. What matter is you just saw an order out there. There's somebody out there selling it. Now, what we call them here at Cybertrain University, I came up with this word about 20 years ago. I call them iceberg orders. What is an iceberg order? Is, I came up with this name watching the movie The Titanic with my wife, and I'm like, big, powerful ship. Everyone thought it was going to sink. Unfortunately, no one ever realized it's not, they didn't have the radar to look at the bottom. Probably they were too cheap, or maybe they didn't have the technology back then, but they just rather have a guy sit there in the front and look for it. But sure enough, it's not what's on top of the water, it's what's in the bottom of the water. And if you don't have the right tools, guess what? You're going to sink. And you're going to, and obviously it didn't work too well for the Titanic. So what we do here at Cybertrain University, we look for iceberg orders, which, because we're just trying to make money, right? So, we're not trying to hit home runs. We're just trying to hit base hits. But you got to know where everything is. We don't work on what's going on in the past. We try to predict the future. And the only way you can predict the future is to see what is out there. What happened in the past is not always indicative of the future, which is where people make mistakes. Now, the question that one of you just asked me is said, are these orders fake? Well, listen, first of all, does anyone know a brokerage firm out there that lets you put fake orders out there? Anybody know any? Please let me know, because I would open an account with them in a heartbeat. Okay. And if you feel like there's a lot of scamming going on, or these people are crooks and this and that, first of all, what are you doing in this business? Right? You know why you're in this business? You're here to make money. You just got to know how to play the game. And people lose money because they just don't know how to play the game. They think they know what they learned in a book, or they watched on TV, or having someone tell them. But do you really know how to play the game? I mean, seriously, ask yourself this question. How many of you took a job as a trader? Probably not many of you. Probably none of you. When's the last time you learned from a guy that or a company that teaches us for a living, that's been a market maker? Not too many. You're going to listen to some of them today, and I'm one of them. So why are you trying to pretend? This is the greatest job in the world. Just learn how to play the game. Don't try to figure it out. Just follow the big boys. That's all you have to do. Now, one of the questions people always ask me, well, how do you know they pulled the order? How do you know they got executed? Well, did you guys ever use time and sales? You could use this for futures, Forex, options. Did you guys ever use time and sales? This is the confirmation of trades taking place. I'm actually, for some of you, if you ever read my book, I'm actually a tape reader. That's originally how I started. I was like, I know it looks pretty ridiculous, those people looking over there on the right, but they're tape readers. I was a tape reader. I would just read the tape and knowing where the new bids and offers are, and I used to just trade the order. Oh, look, this is trading. We jump on it. Basically, strict momentum trading. Now, how do you know if they're real or whatever? It's just basically just seeing, you look at the time and sales and just having them color coordinated. You basically can see you got a lot of greens. That means trades are going off on the offer. You get a lot of reds. That means transactions going on the bid. That's all you have to. I mean, it's as simple as that. You could just follow the colors. Just knowing where the transaction's taking place will give you a sense of direction where it's going. Here's the stock. We were trading CRONs, and here's some of the traders. Look how the stock just keeps going up. Green, green, green. Went all the way to $25. It started at 22. This is all in one day. One day, it went from $21 to $25. And you don't got to be a pig to make it all. 50 cents, 1,000 shares, $500, $100,000 in a matter of what? 30 minutes? I don't even know lawyers make that much, or doctors. But you know who does? We do. Traders. And you know that, and that's why you're here. So how do we know a sense of direction where it's going? I don't know. Red, 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 red. I mean, you really think the stock is going up? Look at this thing. Boom. Thing just tanked. Can't do a short. Reconsider tape is even better. Well, Phil, listen, it's not that hard. It's just, you know what, people just believe it or not, some of us make things more complicated than what it is. Why are most people sit there try to analyze the stock? Oh, but it's a good company. Oh, they had, I just bought their product. This is not investing. How many of you out there bought a position and, are booking profits? I mean, yeah, the market's up great, but are you making money every day, or is it just fake? It's in paper. Are you drawing yourself a check every week to pay your bills? Oh, I don't want to do that. I think market's still going up. That's not, that's a totally different animal. Navin, you know what? That's a great question, Navin. And you know what? I can't really get into detail right now because I only got about 10 minutes left. But I could promise you this. If you want to learn what you're asking about, the short orders and identifying that, we cover that. You're all going to be invited in my trading room for one whole week, and you're going to see all of that. Listen, my job today is not to teach you how to trade. My job today is just to spark your interest to get you into trading. Oh, I got 3 minutes to go. Ooh, shoot. All right. So let me go through this pretty quick, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk about dark pools and reading charts and stuff like that. So anyway, regarding about finding stocks to trade and using indicators and all that stuff, ladies and gentlemen, we'll cover all that stuff. But the thing is this, my main goal today was just to teach you how to find the dominated market makers, seeing that there are real orders out there and why people actually lose money. I'll teach you how to journal. By the way, if anybody wants a disciplined journal sheet, you got my email address. I mean, how many of you guys are really journaling yourself? Probably not that many. Listen, we take this very, very seriously. This is money on the line. You got to treat it like a business because the potential income you could make is incredible. Incredible. 1,000 shares, 50 cents, 50 lousy cents. I mean, it's a six-figure salary. No wonder why it's the greatest job in the world. You don't got to be a pig to do that. Just get the crumbs on the floor. But you all have to learn from mentors. And it's not one. You might need to learn from several. That's why we do these events here. That's why you have Traders Talk Live on a Saturday to spark interest. How many of you guys are sick and tired going to work? How many of you are on Social Security? Because I train a lot of people. My average trader is between 55 and 90 because they don't want to give it to somebody else do it for them. You could do it yourself. And then you could realize they could spend more time with your family, do the things you always want to do in life. We all know that. I'm not here to try to sell you the dream, but it really is the greatest job out there. So this is what I'm looking to do, guys, because I'm almost out of time here. I want to invite all of you to come to the original trading room that I started 25 years ago. You're seeing everyone's opening them up left and right, but if you want to go to the original one and see how it started, and the big thing is this, when you come in this room, don't look at me. This is not the Fausto show, okay? This is Sunday football. I'm just the coach. I run the team. But it's you guys. You're going to watch these traders that we've trained, people just like you, grandpas, grandmas, border control people, cowboys, IT guys, engineers, and you're going to see how they think for themselves. And then you'll see why Cybertrain University, has been endorsed and featured in the past 25 years by more brokerage firms than any school in the industry. So this is what I'm offering everyone. $9. That's all I'm asking for a 1-week trial in my group for this purpose only. The $9 only tells me if you're a real person. That's it. Listen, there's a lot of people in there. If you're looking for free stuff, listen, then I'm not looking for anyone who's looking for, I need to know if you're a real person. We get competitors and, we don't want hecklers and people not respected. So for $9 is what you're going to get. You're going to get 1 week in our cyber group room, 3 daily market meetings, a morning and afternoon watch list, a personal education advisor, a live Q&A answer, and listen, as a bonus, for the first 20 people that register right now, you will get a free coaching class with me. Why would I waste my time? Let me tell you how we do things here, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody wants to trade, doesn't mean you should. We don't have thousands of traders in our room. We selectively choose who we want in our room. So there's going to be a test process, and there's going to be an interview process, because we're looking for serious traders that I want to look for serious traders that could trade with. Okay. So anyway, I'm getting pushed off. I'm running late. So I want to pass it over. Sorry about the guys, I was talking away, but you got the link right there. I think we posted it. CyberTrade University trial, $9. Try it out. After 7 days, you're not happy, I'll give you $9 back. All right, guys. In the meantime, thank you very much. Thanks for everyone being here. Traders Talk, doing a great job, and everyone enjoy the rest of the presentations for today.